Welcome to today's video on inputs in Python. So let's start by answering what are inputs. Inputs in programming are just any data given by the user to the program. Why are inputs used? Inputs give the user the ability to interact with the program by providing data which a program can then use to provide a suitable output. So it's almost as a way for the user to actually use the program. And how are inputs written in Python? So it follows this format where you have a variable, and inside the variable you store the input. It's marked by the keyword input in Python, and then you have two brackets where you can write the message you want to display. So let's look at some examples. Say we wanted to just take in a number from the user, or just a basic input, say name, and then we wanted to just print it out. So we'd have input, then brackets, and here we can write whatever message we want. So enter your name, and that's just so it looks nicer when the user is inputting. You can just obviously leave it blank, like this, and then say we wanted to print this, print name. So anything input by the user will be stored in this variable name. So let's look at the output. John. So now it just prints out John. So that's why I normally use this, so that when you enter any inputs, it just looks nicer. Yeah. So there's also another thing you can add when you're adding an input. You can declare the data type of whatever you want the user to input. So say we want the user to strictly only enter integers. We could have int at the start, then we'd have input, and then another double bracket for our message. Enter a number. So you can see here, there's one. The first thing is int, declaring that's an integer. That's the keyword for the integer data type. Then we have a bracket. These are the two brackets for the integer at the two ends. Then we have input, and then another two brackets for the message of the input. And it's easier to make mistakes when using this, because normally people forget one bracket and then they get an error. So always remember to have an equal number of brackets for opening and closing. So now we can just print out any number we get, and it'll always be an integer. So if you say 9, it just prints out 9. So this means if I enter a string, it would give an error. So if I enter 9 as a string, you can see it gives an error because it only accepts integer data type. And you can have any kind of data type. You can have a float. So now it could take a decimal. So now if I enter 9, you can see it enters 9.0 because it's in float data type, which is decimals. So you can put any data type you want here to specify what data type you want your input to be. So yeah, that's how you use inputs in Python, and I hope this video helped. Thank you for watching.